the government sector, where government may be eyeing as many as 5 Adani-like deals this financial year alone, as it races to fill political pledges made during the last election amidst an ongoing cash crunch. Now, according to Treasury CS John Mbadi, such projects will be key to service delivery across the country. Mbadi also threw his weight behind the Adani JKIA deal, terming it above board and crucial for aviation development in Kenya. Esther Diana has more on this story.
Something needs to be done about JKIA. Let us face it. That airport is too old for Kenya. It is even a shame for an economy like Kenya to continue having JKIA. And then the Kenyans, when you tell them PPP, they think you are selling it.
According to the CS, working with investors like the Adanis and getting into similar arrangements like the JKIA deal would be key to ensure that the government borrowing remains within prudent limits.
We intend to have not less than 5 projects done through PPP in this coming financial year. Already in our 5 projects, JKIA had started. If courts can clear and allow the process to continue, it would be one of the projects to be implemented. In fact, we should start with it.
While addressing the media on the highlights of his first 50 days in office, the CS strongly stressed that Kenya as a country cannot finance mega infrastructural developments from its balance sheet, hence the need for public-private partnership funding model. This follows the announcement by the Energy Ministry that he had signed a 95 billion shilling deal with Adani Energy Solutions, the sister firm to Adani Airport Holdings, that is eyeing to take over operations at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport for 30 years to build and operate high-voltage electricity transmission lines.
Let me tell you, the truth of the matter is that these mega infrastructural developments, we cannot finance them from our balance sheet. We cannot finance them from exchequer. We'll be lying to ourselves.
Eliciting fears that if JKIA doesn't get a revamp, it might not compete favorably. The CS has warned that if urgent improvements are not made, economies like Uganda, Rwanda and Tanzania might take center stage as regional aviation hubs, leaving Kenya behind.
The worst is that they may not, one, give us a fair share of the revenue that is going to be generated. Or 2, they may be inefficient. Whether it is Adani, I don't know. But we must do it, and do it urgently.
Even as he endorses the clearance of the Adani project by the courts, the CS says he inherited an office that he describes as having confusion and complexity of issues with regards to funding the budget, high cost of debt servicing and high lending rates. To this, he says,
the only thing is we must be realistic. I completely believe that some of the targets that we had set with IMF were unrealistic. You can't increase tax collection by 2% in an economy. You may cause disturbance. It's not practical.
As the Cabinet Secretary for the National Treasury takes stock of his 50 days in office, he says the country needs to tackle the issue of pending bills in order to address the problem of liquidity in the economy. For KT News, I am Esther Diana in Nairobi.
Well, we would say